Hello, everyone. It's Sonia, your dietitian with a mission, coming to you live from my home office in Minnesota, where I help people just like you live healthy, purpose-driven lives. So that was kind of fun, brand new feature on this thing called StreamYard that I use. It's a really neat little tool for those of you that are online marketers. You might want to check it out. So if you are jumping on live, please say hello. Let me know where you are watching from. If you are going to catch this on the replay, like most people, go ahead and drop the word replay down below so I can come back around and say hello to you. So the comments are really delayed here, so we're going to do the best we can. So let's dive right in. I titled this 5 Key Reasons You Might Have Dirty DNA, and then I'm going to give you some tips on how to clean them up, that DNA that is. So again, if you are watching live, say hello. Let me know what you know about dirty DNA, and this topic is very, very near and dear to my heart, and I think it's something you're going to get absolute value from. So let's dive right in. And where did this topic come from? So about 2 years ago, I read a book. I'm going to share it with you here. It's called Dirty Genes. You guys have read this book, let me know what your thoughts are. I've got a little bit of glare here, but it's by Dr. Ben Lynch, and it is an absolute gem. As a matter of fact, I think I've read it 3 times now, and it has sparked so many light bulbs in my brain as far as things that I personally was suffering with, and I think this information could help a lot of people. So if you're a reader, get out there and get this book. It's called Dirty Genes by Dr. Ben Lynch. So let's talk about 5 things that could cause your DNA to look a little bit dingy or dirty as we speak, and what you can do, some simple tips that you can do to clean those up. And I think these things might surprise you. So number 1, very near and dear to my heart, has anything and everything to do with your diet. So more specifically, what does that look like? So if you are a person that eats too many carbohydrates, eat a lot of sugar, you definitely probably have some DNA problems in terms of dirty, dingy DNA. And the reason for that is because sugar, as we know, causes a lot of inflammation in the body and a lot of problems beyond that with blood sugars and just really an unhealthy balance within the body. So believe it or not, eating too many carbohydrates, especially those that are laden with sugar, will cause your DNA to look a little bit dirty. The second thing on the list is too much or too little exercise. So why too much exercise? Because we know that too little exercise is not a good thing, because everybody should get up and move, and fitness means different things to different people. However, if you move too much, or your exercise is too intense, or you don't take enough rest time, that puts physical stress on your body. And when you're physically stressed, that can cause your DNA to get a little bit dirty. Number 3, sleep issues. I'm going to stop here for a moment because I think this is a big one. Most of the people that I work with, I would say 80 to 90% of them struggle with some form of a sleep issue. That was me up until a few years ago when I started to do some things to actually clean up my DNA. As a matter of fact, that was one of the biggest signs for me that I was struggling with some dirty genes. So whether your sleep is just erratic and you don't sleep regular consistent hours, or maybe you just don't get enough sleep, 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night is critical for most people. But more importantly, are you getting good quality restful sleep? In other words, are you waking up 3 or 4 times in the night, or are you actually sleeping from the moment you hit the pillow until the moment you wake up in the morning? So lack of sleep or erratic sleeping habits, or maybe you go to bed at 10 o'clock during the week and then you're up till 4 o'clock in the morning on the weekends, those types of habits can cause your DNA to look a little bit dingy. So improper sleeping habits. Okay, number 4 is another big one, and that is environmental toxicity. So toxicity, you guys have heard me talk a lot about things that can make your body toxic and detoxification and just how important that is. Well, when you don't detox on a regular basis and your body is very toxic, let's be real, the world we live in is filled with toxins, the herbicides, the pesticides, the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, the things that we put on our skin, whether that is lotion or, for us ladies, the makeup, the hair products, the shower gel, the lotion. I think I said lotion, but you get my drift. All of these different things are toxic to our bodies if we're not using the right things. So we need to be obviously selecting good, healthy products, and that's for another day. But just know that the things that we put into our body, the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink in, the things that we use to really, help us in terms of personal care can be very, very toxic to the body. Now, 60 years ago, toxicity was not as major of an issue as it is today. So our body has a very innate way of clearing toxins. But think about a cup that has been filled to the max and you cannot put one more drop in that cup. That's the world we live in today. Our bodies are overburdened with toxins, which puts a lot of stress on our DNA, which, so we need to, I guess the best way of saying that is identifying what those things are, and those are different for everybody. I named some of those things that can make you toxic, but then working with some simple solutions to actually help to detox on a daily basis. And we'll get into that in just a moment. So detoxification, or being toxic, I should say not detoxing, you are very toxic, we're all toxic, that can cause your DNA to look a little bit dirty. And then last but not least, stress. So if you are under a lot of stress, now that can come in the form of physical stress, and that goes back to maybe too much exercise, or mental stress. You just have a lot going on in your world. And for most people, it's both. But surprisingly, we tend to live in this sort of go, go, go society where we don't take time to decompress, to relax, to de-stress, whether that's doing yoga or some light exercise or deep breathing or meditation, hot baths. I mean, all of these things can help you to de-stress, and that's for a whole nother topic for Alive. But really just being under a lot of stress in general can make your DNA dirty. So there you go, 5 things that can make your DNA dirty. Now that you know what 5 of those things are, let's talk a little bit about some solutions to help rid the problem. Okay, and this was a big aha light bulb moment for me a couple of years ago when I realized through some simple testing how dirty my DNA really was. I mean, it was ugly, dirty. It needed some serious cleanup. So back to some of the points that we just talked about. So we talked about dietary things. So what can you do to actually clean up some of your diet? Well, we talked about not eating too many carbs, especially too much sugar. So making sure your diet is high in healthy fats, and of course, plenty of good, healthy, clean protein, whether that's plant protein or good, healthy sources of animal protein. So that's step number 1. That's always going to be the mainstay, is making sure you have a healthy diet. But here was the big light bulb moment for me. When your body is nutritionally deficient in vitamins, minerals, essential fats, amino acids, anything, so you're nutritionally out of balance, your DNA is dirty. So what can we do to correct our nutritional deficiencies? Well, that's where supplements come into play. And if you guys have heard me talk on lives before, I don't believe in swallowing a whole bunch of synthetic pills. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I was taking 30 pills a day, and I was so blown away to find out that all those supplements I was taking really were doing nothing for me. So what I've discovered is a way to identify what is nutritionally out of balance in my body, because I'm different than you, you're different than your neighbor. What's nutritionally out of balance in my body, and then find a custom solution to correct the problem. So what I found is actually a custom epigenetic superfood. This has every single nutrient that my body is deficient in, because I went through a test and I discovered what that actually was. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about personalized nutrition and how to address your actual nutritional deficiencies, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation about that, because that's a whole nother live in itself. But this was a big one for me in terms of correcting the nutritional imbalances that I had. Those things were making my body so dirty in terms of my DNA that I had so many awful symptoms. I had fatigue. I had inability to sleep. I had gained 25 pounds. I had food cravings. I had skin issues. I mean, the list goes on and on. If you guys can relate to any of what I'm saying, let me know, because I know that many people struggle with these things on a daily basis. So the first thing I did was get some custom nutrition into my life, and now I can't imagine a day without it. So it's addressing the nutritional component of my dirty DNA, along with, of course, making sure I don't have an overabundance of carbs or sugar in my diet. I'm getting plenty of protein as well as healthy fats. Okay, so we talked about too much or too little exercise being an issue. Obviously, learning to moderate what it is that you're doing in terms of physical fitness. Balance the hardcore fitness with, of course, things like yoga and more gentle types of fitness, because it's not always go hard, go fast, go strong. I know us CrossFitters, that's kind of what we do, but I've also learned that balancing fitness is a very, very important thing. So make sure that your exercise routine is balanced so that you do include all kinds of fitness at all different levels. Sleep. This is a big one. If you guys have struggled with sleep, let me know what kinds of sleep challenges you've had. Sue, I know that you've had some sleep challenges. We've talked about that. I think sleep is such a big deal because we expect that when we hit the pillow at night, we're just going to fall asleep and we're going to wake up 8 or 9 hours later completely rested. That wasn't the case for me, and it's not the case for a lot of people. So one of the solutions that I found, is just thought I'd share with you guys, is a little tincture that I use every night. Interestingly enough, it's called Dream. So these are just little drops I put under my tongue. It's a combination of CBD, melatonin, and of course, melatonin, if you don't know, is something that can naturally help your body sleep and get into that restful, deep sleep, and then some calming herbs. So I really, really love this for a good night's sleep. So I have found that my perfect formula is 10 drops under my tongue. Good night. I'll see you in 8 hours. So Dream has helped me dream a lot better. And then, of course, toxicity. That was a big one. We stopped on toxicity. We talked about all different kinds of toxins. So how do you clear the toxins from your body? There are a couple of different things in it. I've done previous lives where I've talked about the importance of daily detoxification, but also doing more of a deep detox. So I'm going to give you a couple of solutions for both. Again, we live in a world that is extremely toxic. We eat food every day. We drink water. We breathe air. There are things that we cannot avoid. And so we need to do things on a daily basis to make sure that we detox. Now, you can do a lot of that through your diet, eating cruciferous vegetables, things like kale and broccoli and cauliflower, green leafies. I mean, all kinds of vegetables that you can eat to actually detox. Put lemon in your water in the morning or even throughout the day. That's another really simple thing that you can use to detox. The other thing I've added to my world is a daily detox solution. This is a zeolite formula. So zeolite is actually a naturally occurring mineral that forms when water, seawater that is, and lava from a volcano meet. So they collide and they form this special mineral called zeolite. So zeolite is actually a negatively charged mineral that behaves like a magnet. When you take it every day, it kind of goes through your system and pulls toxins out of your body. So this is what I call daily carpet cleaning. Okay, so carpet meaning your inside. So you're cleaning your body of toxins on a daily basis. So it's like that surface clean. Okay, so very, very important. Zeolite definitely makes a big deal in terms of detoxification. And then also on a monthly or quarterly basis, depending on how you're feeling, what your goals are, doing a deeper detox or a cleanse, something that's a little bit more in, what I call the deep carpet cleaning. So I do a regenerative fast almost every month that you've heard me talk about in past, where I'm doing soups and detox teas and following a very specific protocol for 5 days. And that specific protocol I've done 10 times. It's helped me lose 38 pounds. It's pretty amazing. But that's more of a deep detox. And when you really need to hit the reset button, that's what you're gonna really grab for some type of a fast or a deeper detox plan. So both are very important. One does not replace the other one. They, as a matter of fact, work very, very well together. Okay, so those are a couple simple solutions for cleaning up the DNA because you are toxic. Okay, last but not least, stress. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to de-stress. And if we de-stress, we clean up our dirty DNA. So we talked about meditation, yoga, Of course, exercise, but not over exercising, doing things like getting a massage or whatever you do to relax, or to relax your body, because relaxation, of course, is a way to decompress and to de-stress. And then just backing off away from the stress a little bit is going to help to reset that body and clean up the DNA. One of the things that I really love for natural, I tend to be a very type A personality, and I go, 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 go. And sometimes I just need to slow down and sort of calm things in my life a little bit. And so I do get a little bit stressed. And one of the things that's really helped me with stress is actually using a CBD oil. So if you guys use CBD, I'd love to hear how it's working for you. Do you use it for stress or anxiety or inflammation? But this is just a CBD tincture that I really love. This is the 8th brand that I've tried. The first 7 did nothing for me. So CBD is a little bit of a science in that you have to find a brand and a strength that works for you. But it is absolutely amazing for helping you to just sort of even keel, deal with that, go, go, go personality or too much stress in your life. Because again, if we can decrease the stress and do some of these simple things to help modify that in our life, we have a shot at cleaning up our dirty DNA. So once again, I hope you guys found this valuable information. A lot of things that cause your DNA to be dirty, but a lot of hope in terms of solutions for cleaning up the DNA. So if you'd like a little bit more personalized plan, I work with people just like you every single day to help them come up with a customized formula to clean up their dirty DNA, or perhaps just take your health to another level. And again, just a reminder, if you guys love to read, get this book. You will learn so much. I had so many light bulb moments after I read it. It is an absolute game changer. So I hope you guys found value in this information today. And if you did, and you'd like to encourage others to learn from this video, go ahead and share this video with others in your life. And if you'd like to learn more about any of the things that we talked about today, go ahead and reach out to me, send me a private message, or I have a couple groups here on Facebook that I'd be happy to add you to, where I talk about a lot of these types of things in more detail. So just drop the word group down in the comments below. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found value. Have a terrific day, and we'll be seeing you live again soon. Take care, everyone.